Oh, the girlies are still fighting. Nia Long and Gabrielle Union has had enough of Jada's BS of continuously embarrassing Will Smith, and they are finally putting her on blast and in her place. Okay, let's be real, guys. Before all this red table and the healing journey rebrand that Jada Smith has been trying to push down our throats, the truth is that she was always the undisputed mean girlie of the 90s. And if you look at the receipts from the women who were actually in the trenches with her, the energy was definitely at a level 10. I mean, for years, there's been talks about how Jada was a gatekeeper who didn't exactly roll out the red carpet for other black actresses, and we're talking about a time when there were only a handful of top-tier roles. And Jada reportedly made sure everyone knew she was the star of the show because she was with none other than Will Smith. And ever since then, Gabrielle Union and Nia Long have it out for her. And word on the street is that it's just a show, and that these women still cannot stand Jada. So what exactly have they been saying about her? And why have they been pretending like they are friends all of a sudden? Mind you, Nia never could stand Jada because most of the time they were being considered for the same roles. And Nia herself confirmed this.
When I started really working as an actress, there were about 4 of us. Jada Pinkett Smith, Halle Berry, Regina King, and Jasmine Guy. But the women that I was in constant competition with, mostly it was me and Jada. It was like, oh, do you want the brown-skinned spicy girl, or do you want the light-skinned spicy girl? Which one do you want?
However, apparently, another reason why Nia and Jada never got along had something to do with Will Smith. See, Nia and Will met when Nia played Lisa Wilkes in the hit 90s sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, starring as one of Will Smith's many girlfriends, and the only one who got him to settle down. But did you know that Jada was actually supposed to play the role? During an interview on People TV, Nia said that the producers initially cast Jada in the role of Will's girlfriend, but they reconsidered because they felt that Jada was too short.
First they cast Jada to play his girlfriend.
Is that, no.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, they cast Jada and they were like, Jada's too short. And I'm like, I'm only about 2 inches taller than her. That does not make a difference, right? And so the joke that I have with Jada is I got the job, but she got the husband.
Well, based on what I've heard, because people were really shipping Nia and Will when they played on-screen lovers, Jada felt some sort of way and started resenting Nia. Then she just started being mean and cold towards her, and because of this, they never really got along. Then there's Gabrielle Union. So the funny thing about Gab and Jada is that they had a feud for like 17 years, but they both said they could not pinpoint what may have caused the animosity. Actually, when Jada was asked about the fallout, this is what she said. She and I did not talk for 17 years and we could not remember why. There was just tension between us every time we would see each other. There was some moment that we had that just left a bad taste in both of our mouths. When we got on the phone to try to figure out what it was, we could not figure it out. It was just us being young divas. On the other hand, Gabrielle also said that it was probably their egos that may have gotten in the way for almost 2 decades, but couldn't pinpoint a specific incident.
You know how she feels about you.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you know how she feels about you. And then it was like, okay, girl, bye,
Yeah.
for 17 years.
Wow.
And even though we're both very outspoken women,
Yes.
we're both activists, our husbands are friends, I've worked with her husband, we both felt we had too much pride and too much insecurities to just say, hey, did that ever actually happen, or was that a creation of someone else who did not want to see 2 women rise together?
Well, eventually, Jada invited Gab to her show to kinda settle things. And during their sit-down on the red table talk, Gabby was literally in tears the whole time, with the whole ugly cry. But they both insisted that they did not remember why they disliked one another, and wouldn't even be in the same room or speak for 17 years. Let's just say that a lot of people did not believe Jada and Gab when they said that they didn't know how the beef started. To be quite honest, 17 is a very specific number, not a number that has been rounded up or down. And for Jada to remember that they had been feuding for exactly 17 years, that means that something specific happened to spark the beef. And when I do the math, since Jada spoke about their feud in 2018, it means that whatever happened between them happened around 2001. Guess what? This just happens to be around the time there were all those rumors about Will Will Smith and Dwayne Martin. And many fans say that it was Gabrielle who helped spread those rumors about Will and Dwayne Martin around Hollywood, and Jada, allegedly, confronted her about it. Other than this, there were also rumors that Gabrielle allegedly slept with Will Smith during Bad Boys 2, and that only intensified whatever was already going on between them. In fact, I remember a blind item some time back that said that there was a young, gorgeous woman that everyone wanted on their show back in the early 2000s. That woman was assumed to be Gabrielle, and just like every other person, Will wanted Gabrielle for a movie he was doing, and the movie just so happened to be Bad Boys 2. Apparently, Gabby and Will got along great, and everyone was commenting on how great they looked together, which really pissed off Jada. Basically, while it looked like Jada had reconciled with Gabrielle, word on the street is that the animosity continued after the red table talk, because Gab apparently realized that Jada was just the same old mean girlie. And based on what I've heard, Nia Long also feels the same way. They've allegedly even been fueling the conversations about how Will and Jada took advantage of several young men in the name of mentorship.
They're both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills.
She actually recently also doubled down on her claims and said that Will Smith was aware that young men in his care, including Bryshere Gray, August Alsina, and his own son Jaden Smith, were allegedly being taken to Diddy to be turned out.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
And you know what? Gab and Nia have been saying the same thing. Allegedly. Okay guys, I know that Gabrielle should probably not even be saying things like this, because when Jaguar was exposing Will Smith for hosting parties with young men, she also dropped the bomb on her husband Dwayne Wade for also being a part of this club. Jaguar said that she spoke to a number of artists that got invited to a party at Dwayne Wade's house, and she said that they told her everything was cool up front, but when they went to the back, there was a bunch of old dudes taking advantage of younger guys at the party.
Bryshere Gray left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed the help.
Hey man.
And that was they kids' friend.
Anywho, allegedly Gab and Nia have been saying that Jada was the real mastermind behind what was going on, and this is something that other people have also suggested. For instance, remember there was a time when Brother Bilal was talking about how Jada is a liar and a control freak who is addicted to all sorts of things from ecstasy to alcohol to watching adult content and other things I won't even repeat. Something else he exposed was that as much as we know about the relationship Jada had with her son's friend August Alsina allegedly, that's not the only friend she was hooking up with. Of course, we know that back in 2020, August claimed that he and Jada had an affair for years, saying that it was with Will's full knowledge and permission.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing. And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her.
In the same interview, he also said that he had deep feelings for Jada, stating that he totally gave himself to that relationship for years of his life. He also explained that he decided to speak out because the rumors were affecting his professional life and his personal reputation, and he had already lost deals and partnerships because of the situation. Now, as much as he said that he had so much love for Jada, he talked about the difficulty of walking away from the relationship, stating that it almost took him out, and he also explained that he had to move on for his own well-being, and that the experience changed him fundamentally. Well, allegedly, Jada was hooking up with several other friends, and this is something that people in the industry know about, including Nia and Gabrielle. In fact, according to sources, this is the main reason why Jaden has been acting up over the years. A source even recently confirmed how Will and Jada put Jaden in a very strange and uncomfortable situation that deeply affected their mental health, saying they were constantly asked about their parents, and for 7 years they had to basically lie to everyone and pretend that everything was perfect perfectly fine when they knew it was not. This made them extremely agitated at times, and they would constantly get in fights with each other and with them. According to the source, Jada Smith in particular found it hard to cope with the issues surrounding his parents' marriage, and they said, Jaden has had so many issues with them, and this has always really been hard for him to deal with. Basically, these are some of the things Nia and Gab have been allegedly saying behind the scenes, and they are also reportedly saying that Jada has never been just a peer. She was always the gatekeeper who made the climate cold for anyone she viewed as a threat. By the time they reconciled on camera, the damage was done, and the truth is that she is still the calculated bad guy who spent years ensuring no one else could shine quite as bright as her and ruined everyone in the process, including Will Smith, Jaden, and Willow. Well, a lot of people have also said that Nia and Gabrielle are certified mean girlies as well, and should have no business talking about Jada because they are literally birds of a feather. I mean, I get it, but what do you think? And why do you think they would even be trashing Jada like this? Is there something else happening that we don't know about? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below.